Hey guys, it's Piper being flawless as always. Oh my god, it has of course been a hot ass minute. I have been doing so much drag, so much stuff, and I have been having a blast. And I guess I should take a second to update you guys, but for right now, this video is just going to be strictly about DragCon and the unexpected adventure that I had going because originally your girl was not supposed to go. Okay, so rewind to like a week ago. So I'm seeing like all the Drag Race girls posting about how they're gonna be there and how all my friends are going, and I'm like, oh my god, like I was getting kind of depressed because I was like, I couldn't get the time off work, I hadn't saved any extra money to go, so I was like, I kind of did it to myself, but that's besides the point. I'm the type of girl where I will make it happen even if it's at the very last second. So best believe the day before DragCon, I got my Saturday shift covered, got off work early on Friday, hit the road Friday night, and by Saturday, I was ready to go. Mind you, I had to be back at work at noon, and I live in Arizona. DragCon is in California, LA specifically. So I'm kind of pushing it by making this happen, but you know what? It's for a good cause. We are making HERstory here, okay? So I convinced my friend Egypt to go with me, as well as our friend Jay. And by late Friday afternoon, I picked up my heels that were getting repaired at the shoe repair store. We all hopped in the car and we were headed to California. All of our shit is like jam-packed into my little car because I drive a little Kia Rio, okay? This is not meant for drag queen travel, but hey, we made it happen, okay? So we're all in my car, easing on down the road as if we are Diana Ross in The Wiz, and make it just in time for the ball, which was like the pre-party show on Friday night. So we park in a parking garage, struggled to find parking, mind you, we had to like fight a couple bitches for it. Literally changing outside of the car to get ready to go into this ball because we were like wearing our comfy clothes on the way there, and then run upstairs, get in, present our tickets, whatever, and this place is poppin'. Everybody is already a little bit turned up, so I'm like, ugh, I'm not quite on this level yet, but still, I'm ready to freaking party. Like, how did I get off work and now I'm here when yesterday I didn't even know I was gonna be able to make it to LA, you know what I'm saying? So I'm used to the Arizona bar prices for drinks, so when I had to shell out like $15 for a beverage, I was like, ooh, okay, but whatever, when in Rome, right? And then that led to like 3 drinks, but whatever, I just got paid, it was Friday, so whatever. So maybe I was just a little starstruck because in Arizona, the Drag Race girls don't really visit that often, minus Tempest, who's from here, who I still haven't met for whatever reason. But at this party, there's like Manila and Sharon and then Matthew Anderson, and I was like, oh my god, but like I was too starstruck, like I couldn't, you know, just walk up and say hello until, like I said, I had those couple drinks in me, but that's besides the point. It was such a fun time. There were like these 2 show hosts, I forget their names, but they were dressed in these giant purple, almost like ice cream looking wigs and like had these latex dresses on. I was living for it, I don't know, but they welcomed everybody to the ball and everybody was going crazy. There was performances, there was partying, there was dancing, and it was such a good time. Like, I had a blast. And I got to meet up with my girl, Scarlet Starlet, who, if you follow me, I'm sure you know who she is. What a bitch. She is everything, and I'm so glad that I had the chance to meet her. We had so much fun hanging out together. So the ball ends. Mind you, I'm still running on about 3 hours of sleep. Thank God for my friend Shannon, who let us all crash at her hotel. How are you, girl? No, seriously, there were like 7 of us like piling into one room, but hey, we made it work. So we go to sleep around like 2 and have to be up at like 6 to start getting ready for DragCon because it starts at like 10, I think it was. But we had to like get there and get ready and all that stuff. So rolling out of bed was a little bit difficult. I wasn't really sure what to expect when going to DragCon because I've never been to any kind of like convention before. But it was just so cool walking up to the venue where it was at and just kind of seeing all these like little RuPaul sayings around the building and having the giant Shantae this way welcoming everybody. It was just such a cool experience. I don't know how to describe it. And just to be able to be like the first group of people to experience this thing, I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. So we get into the convention and there's just tons of booths everywhere and just so much makeup, so much drag, so much bright, colorful rainbows everywhere. It was so cool to be able to just walk in and be like, how the fuck did I make it here? It's always interesting to see the queens from the show in person for the first time because, well, at least I thought a lot of them seemed shorter than I thought they were in real life, except for Manila. She was tall as fuck. It was like they were literally just walking around as if it was nothing, and usually they're being like bombarded by people at these shows, so I was like, wow, this is such a cool thing. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. It was like a out-of-body experience almost. So the only thing that kind of sucks is I can only go on Saturday, and not all the queens were able to be there on Saturday. But some of the queens that I got to meet and talk to were like Milk, Fifi, Jasmine Masters. I met T.S. Madison. I have her album on repeat. I fucking love her. And she was so sweet too. I was like shocked because I thought she was gonna be all like in your face and like wild and crazy, but she was everything. I saw a lot of the queens from a distance. Like, I really wanted to meet Tatiana. I talked to Raja for like a second. But a lot of their lines were so long and there was so much to do and see. Like, I felt like I had to be very like pick and choosy for who I talked to, or you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot to take in. I kind of wish I could have been there for Sunday too, because then I would have got to meet all those queens that I didn't get to the first day. But alas, being able to be there and just see them and experience the whole thing for the first time with everybody else was so much fun. Side note, I may or may not have met my crush, Manny MUA, for any of you guys who follow him on YouTube. He's like slightly a big deal, kind of extremely. And I'm in love with him and his buddy Patrick Starr were there, and so it was cool to get to say hey to them and, you know, confess my love for him, but whatever, that's a side note. But I think my favorite part of DragCon, even though it was like so short and sweet, was somebody coming up to me and saying that they watched my videos and knew who I was, because I wasn't going there expecting anyone to even like recognize me or know me from anything. So for them to come up to me and like want a picture with me, I was like, oh, that's like so cute. So to you, friend, thank you for coming up and saying hello. And I'm so glad that we got a picture together. So I'm really excited to hopefully get back into this groove of making videos and doing more things and reaching out to you guys more, because just being able to go to DragCon and experience all that and see how people, even myself, just respect other queens for what they do is such a cool thing. And I want to be able to reach out to people and meet more people and just do what I love to do and have fun and make friends. And so I'm excited to keep doing this and keep doing drag, and obviously go next year, because I'm sure next year it's gonna be way crazier and way more fun. So Saturday night, me and my friends went out. We had a good time. We went to Mickey's, which I'd never been there before, and that's where like all the Drag Race girls are performing, I think on Monday nights. But it was still poppin', still paid a lot for drinks, and probably spent way more money than I should have for this last minute trip. But I had a good time. We were out until I think it was like 2 o'clock? Yeah, 2 o'clock. Ubered back to our place, and then I had to get my ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning so I could start driving back from California to make it to work at noon. Oh my gosh, can I just tell you, there is nothing more difficult that I think I've ever done in my life than that drive home, because it was like a 6-hour drive. I was running on, I think, about 7 hours of sleep combined from the past like 3 days leading up to that. We all know how bad my luck is when it comes to driving. So once again, this leads to the saga of why I should never drag and drive. Mind you, I was not in drag for this particular event, but of course, my ass approaching some construction and not seeing any speed limit signs. I guess I was going over the speed limit because I get pulled over, of course, and got a ticket because I guess I was supposed to be going 70 and not 85, but whatever. I was just trying to get home because I was so tired. So, like I said, my trip ended up being a little bit more expensive than I had originally planned, but I guess it was worth it. I had bad luck when it comes to cops and drag-related events, and so I made it to work with 10 minutes to spare, barely any sleep, worked a full shift, got home, somehow survived, and I don't know how the fuck I managed to do all that, but I am so glad that I got to randomly go on a trip. I love spontaneous trips. They are the funnest, most fun. Is that right? So if any of you crazies went to DragCon, let me know how it was, because I had a blast, and I want to hear what other people thought of it, considering it was the very first one ever. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get back into this as best I can. I know I always say this, but I promise. So until my next video, stay flawless as always, no regrets, just love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Alright? Bye.